Hello, this is Cameron LeBlanc, and I will be giving you a quick update on our financials. On the left-hand side of the screen is our actual and budgeted operating income for the fiscal year, ended June 30th, 2021. Our income was roughly $175,000 higher than budgeted. This was mainly driven by enrollment. We ended the 2021 school year with 445 students, and we only budgeted 425. Our athletic, fundraising, facility rental, and other income was very closely aligned to our budget. So our overall income was slightly higher than budgeted, mainly due to increased enrollment. On the right-hand side of the screen is our actual and budgeted operating expenses for the fiscal year. Academic and athletic expenses were in line with budget. Payroll expenses were slightly higher than budgeted. We added some additional classes and support staff to accommodate the increase in enrollment. General and administrative expenses were favorable versus budget by $72,000. This is due to an interest rate modification on our existing building loan that was made in July of 2020. Overall, our operating income was better than budget by $188,000. At the very bottom of the slide, you will see our net income with building donations. Accounting guidelines require us to recognize donation revenue when a pledge is made, not when a donation is received. So the net income on our audited financial statements and our IRS filings reflect $1.9 million of pledges made to our building campaign. The next slide is forecasted income and expenses for the current 21-22 school year. Tuition and fees are $400,000 higher than expected due to a very large increase in enrollment. We currently have 525 students enrolled versus a budget of 475 students. Athletic income is up slightly, driven by the increase in participation. Fundraising income is down because we did not engage in an annual fund this year, but we still had donations to the general fund and donations from the Athletic Booster Club. Facility rental and other income is up $44,000. Roughly half of this is attributable to the success of Foyle's fall production of ELF, and the other half is attributable to the Hot Lunch program. Over on the expense side, academic expenses are up $47,000. $23,000 is due to increased elementary elective costs, which are in line with the increased revenue and participation. We've also made investments in our robotics program and increased our spending for programs such as art and music. Athletic expenses are up $90,000. The largest single increase for athletics was our contract with Vite Media. We also purchased new uniforms for several teams and had increases in athletic categories due to increased participation. Some of the costs are offset by donations from the Booster Club, which are reflected in the fundraiser income line on the left side of the screen. Payroll expenses are over budget by $95,000. This is due to increased staffing requirements to handle our large enrollment increase. G&A and building expenses are up $42,000. This variance is spread out over various categories. We've made repairs and upgrades to our current building, increased spending on student activities, and digitized administrative files. Overall, we are expecting our operating income to be favorable to budget by $145,000. At the bottom of the screen, you will again see our income, including pledges made to the building campaign in the 21-22 school year. The next slide is a Proforma forecast that incorporates the debt service on our new building into our current year operating income. We've been diligent in containing costs in anticipation of the new building, so this is what our operating income would have looked like if the new building were already in service. Near the bottom right-hand side, you will see that our operating income will be very closely aligned with our budget when the new building is in service. We allow room in our budget for unexpected circumstances while still complying with our debt covenant with the bank. The balance sheet is a snapshot of our asset and liability positions at a particular point in time. Due to the timing of tuition receipts, our balance sheet can fluctuate significantly throughout the school year. Our operating cash at December 31st, 2021 is $635,000 higher than our cash at December 31st, 2020. This is caused by increased enrollment and our positive net income from the past 2 years. We've also been reserving cash for the new building and improvements to our existing building. The pledge receivable line is new this year and represents unpaid pledges to the building campaign. Our land and building account has increased due to construction in progress on the new building. Our note payable represents the loan on our current building. This note decreases every year as we make our scheduled payments. Other liabilities has increased as a result of the change in our deposit policy. In the past, deposits were returned with your last tuition payment of the year, and they were due again in May for the new school year. Now we are keeping the deposit and rolling it forward for the next year. Overall, our balance sheet is very strong and reflects our concerted effort to position ourselves to be successful in funding our campus needs. The 2022-23 tuition amounts were communicated in January. Legacy works hard to keep costs down so that we can minimize tuition increases. The increase for the 22-23 school year is 4% for all grade levels. This increase is necessary to address rising costs and increases in teacher pay. This compares to increases ranging from 4 to 21% for other private schools in our area. We've included a comparison with Conroe Covenant and the Woodlands Christian Academy for reference. We've also included our schedule of athletic fees. Fees will stay the same in 22-23, but we've included the amounts here for your reference. This concludes our State of the School presentation. Thank you for watching.